All right, Justin, a great topic we get all the time. A lot of people asking questions. What social channels are best for influencer marketing? Do you have your thoughts, your opinions on what works best for influencer marketing?
I do, and I think a lot of it depends on really what your goals are and what your product is, because there are influencers on every platform. Are you B2B? Are you B2C? Are you selling fashion? Are you selling seminars? Are you selling a product? For me, if you're selling fashion, the best place to be with influencers is Pinterest and Instagram. But you wouldn't necessarily want to be on Facebook, with fashion. Whereas, let's say you're selling a widget or a gadget or a charger, I don't think you want to be anywhere near Instagram. It doesn't play as well with the audience that's on there.
Yeah, for me, my go-to place is YouTube, almost for everything. And I'd say even fashion, I'd say tech, almost anything except for, even B2B would be, if you're using influencers, B2B could work very, very well. The reason I like YouTube so much is because video just comes across as a fantastic medium to get whatever point or opinion or showcase a product, and it's very easy to convert from YouTube. Instagram, you gotta go to the profile. With YouTube, you can put it in the video, in the show notes as clickable links.
Well, and since you're watching this, you already know we believe in video. I think YouTube's really a great place for any product. No matter what it is you're selling, it gives you the chance to explain what your product is, showcase how it can be used, and when it comes to influencers, show them having fun with it, whether it's a restaurant like, say, Qdoba, or whether it's a computer or a travel situation, or even if you're marketing an email platform. Whatever it is, you can visibly show people how it's used in a way that you really can't do, not as well with photos.
What do you think about Twitter? I still have people come to me and say, we should run a Twitter influencer campaign. What's your opinion on Twitter?
Well, I think Twitter's good for really two things. One, getting your name out there. Because if you do a nice hashtag campaign and you bring influencers on, you'll hit 30, 40, 50 million impressions with relative ease, right? So if you're just trying to get your name out there and your product out there and you're trying to get trending, Twitter's a great place for that. It's also a wonderful, wonderful place. I think the best place for customer service. So you don't want to ignore it, because that's where people know they can find you directly. If they've got a problem, they may not buy your thing because of your widget or your gadget, whatever it is, your gizmo, if you will, because of Twitter. But if something goes wrong, that's where they're going to be looking to find you.
Great point. I can't stand Twitter for a couple of reasons. One, the SEO value is very low, and I'm talking about influencer marketing. The SEO value is very low. Also, these tweets disappear on my timeline every 5 seconds because of how many people I'm following in the hashtags I'm following. So I don't like that at all. What I like Twitter for are two things. One is to contact people that are famous or influential. That's probably the easiest place, far easier than email, because they're checking that constantly. These celebrities are addicted to it. The second thing is, and I think I've done a video on this already, it's called Rabbit Message, where you can do direct messages, automated direct messages. These aren't the ones where you follow somebody and they follow you back. These are targeted direct messages to people that you want to reach about joining a webinar or about following us on YouTube. It's not spammy at all. So those are the things, or the reasons why I use Twitter.
And I would add in on Twitter, if your product is legitimately newsworthy, not if you just feel you have a product so you get a press release, but if your product is involved somehow in what is going on in the world, what is newsworthy, that's where you can make an impact, because people go on Twitter to find out what is happening. It's the first place for breaking news, and if your product ties into that, you should take advantage of that.
Okay, so what about LinkedIn? LinkedIn is, it's hit and miss for me. What's your opinion?
I'm with you. It's a coin toss. I've had a lot of success in B2B marketing and B2B product. I've had not as much success in consumer-based. I think that when people go to LinkedIn, they think about business. So even if they are consumers and they're in consumer groups, they're not really in LinkedIn to buy. They're in LinkedIn to learn, to network, to find out things that will help them in their professional field. They're not there to buy your bag or your charger. And I think it just doesn't work as well as some of the other platforms where there's more of a commerce-based idea to it.
Completely agree. LinkedIn, even when LinkedIn first came out and we had those articles that we could write for, and they got tons of views because there was only a relatively few bunch of people that were doing them. I liked LinkedIn for that, but now, you see the views drop precipitously because there's so many people putting out those articles. So for me, LinkedIn is about connecting with people, almost like Twitter, in a very direct way, whether it's using InMail or whether it's doing a group message to about 5 or 10 people that might be interested in what I have to say. So that's what I think LinkedIn's good for. I don't see it as good for influencer marketing unless you're connecting with somebody that has a large group of people that like marketers that we want to reach.
Or if it's somebody who runs a big list that has for a long time, that has name recognition, that has trust value, and the people who read his or her email know that the products that they are pushing are legitimately good products. Now, what I'm going to do is watch Mark's head explode. Mark, how do you feel about influencer marketing for selling products on Snapchat?
Well, you can go to this video right here and you can see what my opinion is. They've gotten a little bit better as they've introduced memories, but I still think you're wasting money using influencer marketing for Snapchat. These things are still disappearing. You got to count on somebody creating a memory out of it. But I know they're going to get better. So I relish the day where I could say, use Snapchat for influencer, for any marketing really. I relish that day. It's not here yet.
And I think it's coming. I think what they're doing is smart. My concern is my same concern with Instagram. They're all eventually going to turn each other into Facebook. And at which point, what's the point?
Great point. I mean, Instagram, you see, is going to Facebook more and more. And
the algorithms are changing.
Just changed. Yep. I did like the fact, though, that Instagram introduced the 1-minute video.
Yes.
Because that's moving into YouTube territory.
But now as a marketer and as a brand, your video and your pictures won't be seen as much because it's going to be much more of your friends and family. And as a marketer, that really hurts me.
Yeah, and very little SEO on Instagram, unlike YouTube where it's got fantastic SEO. So you still want to stick with YouTube, but maybe add 1 minute of that YouTube video to Instagram if you've got a decent channel.
I agree. That's where I would start.
Okay, so that's it for social channels and what we'd use for influencer marketing. I know we touched on marketing in general. If you have any social channels that you want us to review, just contact us right here and let us know. If you have any questions about any social channels, I don't know, Justin, maybe we could do this one more time or two and we can answer those questions for you.
We'll take on the topic. Send us your questions, put them right there. I like pointing down for the comments. And we'll take it on.
Great. Thank you.